What's good, lovebirds? In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about red flags. Now, we all know what red flags are. Those are those little moments when you're in the beginning of, the beginning of a relationship, when you see something that you're like, hope that's not a thing. Hope that's not like who they are, right? And the thing is, it is. It is who they are. And it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with that person or that there's anything wrong with you. It just means that maybe since this flag has come up, it's time to bow out gracefully. Now, I can't really speak on this because I see a red flag and I bow out because I don't give a shit to spend time with people that are not awesome to me. And I think in the beginning of a relationship, now relationships have changed since I've been in a relationship, but I think at the beginning of a relationship, if you see one of those red flags, you need to stop. And I know this sounds terrible, but you need to stop giving people the benefit of the doubt and just move on. Does it seem negative or pessimistic? Maybe. But I think to me, it's just honestly being realistic. Now, you're going to have moments that are going to come up that are not going to be like necessarily red flag moments. They're just going to be some of those moments where you're like, and it'll just turn into like an argument. But if it's just one of those things where it's like a deal breaker type red moment, like if this is like messing with your like morals or your beliefs or something like that, then I think you should just bow out gracefully. I know that sounds super pessimistic, especially since this is like a channel about love and about like the good things that come with that. But red flags to me are just, they're there for a reason. They're warning signs. They're marks to be like, bro, you didn't want this, so let's just get out. Now, I've never been in a relationship where I saw a red flag and stuck around. Like, well, for one, I was a teenager when I was dating, so it really wasn't a big deal. I could just bow out. But I can totally understand, guys and girls getting into their 20s and thinking that they gotta do certain things with their lives, and they just want to go ahead and do those things that they think they're supposed to do, whether it's get married or have children or whatever. And then, 10 or 15 years goes by and they realize this is not what I really wanted. Now what do I do? Now you're divorced. Now you're miserable. Now you're splitting kids. I'm just saying, get out before this shit happens. Like, don't allow it to manifest in your life. If you see a red flag, just bow out. I know it sounds so negative, but I believe that God has put us here with the intent of having a partner for us, okay? And I think that if we are wasting our time trying to sort through red flags, trying to make people work that just don't work, we are actually depriving the person who was supposed to be there for us time that they could be with us. So if you have been in a relationship for a few months or even a few years and you see these red flags and they're not going away and these things just aren't changing, understand that they probably won't. Unless you do something very dramatic, unless you are able to talk to that person and say, hey, listen, this is a thing, I don't like it. If you can change it, great. And if you can't, come out. There's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. I think, like I said, you're wasting that person's time, and you're depriving the person who you're supposed to be with of the time that they could be with you. So my advice is, if you see a red flag, and you know what red flags are, this is not something like, ew, he chews with his mouth open, like, that's weird. But red flags of like, hey, he hides his phone from me, or she, doesn't want me to come over, whatever. I don't fucking know. All I'm saying is, don't waste your time on things that are stupid. There's a really, really easy way to do this, okay? If you were going to be simply friends with that person, and that red flag doesn't bother you enough to just be friends with them, then keep on dating them. But if you wouldn't even be friends with that person because of this red flag, why? Why would you ever waste your time spending, that type of energy, pouring that into them? Just don't, okay? Just bow out gracefully, say, listen, appreciate your time, it's not what I wanted, and that's it. I think both parties would really, really appreciate the honesty. Okay? Respect that person enough to say, listen, this ain't for me. It sounds so easy, and it is, but it sounds simple, but it's not easy. There we go. Sounds simple, not easy. I knew when I was a freshman, I was dating somebody, and within like 2 weeks, I was like, I don't think this is gonna work out. And we dated for another 2-3 weeks. And it didn't work out. Because I can only fake this shit so much. If I don't like you, I don't like you. And there's nothing wrong with that. I tried to like you, it didn't work out, and now we out. It's okay. I'm gonna stop rambling now. Love, respect is love. And love is respect.